Hello guys, this is Toby and you're watching YouTube. This time I'll be discussing a review about the new feature of Game of Dice called the Goods Equipment, and also what are the must-have goods to be equipped on your storage. Alright, first off, the Shoes of Hermes. Can only activate once per match. It says here, when rolling dice at a non-buff status, roll double by 30%. It has the same effect as haste but activates only with a 30% chance if you currently don't have any buffs or debuffs during your turn. Next, the Beginner's Headband. By 30%, decrease toll fee by 60% when paying toll fee for the first time. It somehow has the same effect of a 3-star level discount coupon. It could have been one of the nice goods out there, but unfortunately, this good cannot only happen once but also only have one opportunity to activate, which is when you pay a toll fee for the first time. Body Oil. If targeted by opponent's moving skill during other's character's turn, move to a random block by 20% chance. Definitely one of the best goods out there, even though it's kinda hard to activate it even at max level. It's a very great counter for skill cards such as Drag, Pull, Push, World Tour, and Excellent Choice. Would definitely equip this if I were to obtain one, but I don't have yet. Next, Emergency Call. When opponents take over a property using skill card and it's not my turn, get one empty city by 30%. As you can see from its rating, this is actually the best good right now and a must-have for every player. Because we all know that every player uses skill cards to take over the opponent's property in every match. Therefore, there's a high chance to be able to use this good. What even makes it more awesome is that there is no limit for this awesome goods activation. The takeover skill card used by the opponent doesn't even have to be even successful just for this good to activate. Fountain Pen. By 30%, increase toll fee on one of my cities by 90% when landing on an opponent's level 4 city. This is a less nicer than the Revenge skill card because the 90% or times 1.9 toll increase goes to a random city of yours, and you need to survive as well after landing on a level 4 city for this to be efficient. Also need a lot of luck for this good to be really effective. Next, Peekaboo. Get one ghost city by 30% when an opponent goes bankrupt. Almost just as good as the Emergency Call. Unfortunately, this happens after the opponent goes bankrupt. That's why Emergency Call is more useful since it activates early to help you gain the upper hand early or mid phase of the game. Rhythmical Dice. If I'm not buff on my turn, increase dice double chance by 8% for 30% chance. I'm honestly not really sure how effective this is since we don't really know the percent for a dice double occurrence. It can activate with a maximum of 3 times, so it can increase the dice double chance by a maximum of 24%. Rip Off Ticket. My vacation spot stall fee increased by 70% with 30% chance when I conquer more vacation spots. It's actually a pretty nice good to equip if you're planning to use a vacation deck doing a vacation spot times 2 daily buff. Equip it as well with this Channel Purse goods for better efficiency. It has the same effect as the Rip-Off Ticket but a different triggering condition in which you need to land on your vacation spot to have a chance to activate the Channel Purse good. Penguin Ticket. Roll dice again by 30% when landing on start on dice roll. It's not one of the best goods out there, but it's still nice since landing on start on your turn is like a wasted turn during the early phase of the game. Like when you land on Tax, first one to land on Mini Battle, on Jail, or City that you have already bet times 4, specifically during the early phase of the game. The Architect's Art Book. Get add takeover times 1 by 30% chance when landing on start on dice roll. I simply like this better than the Penguin Ticket since takeover certificate are really nice to have, especially if you have the upper hand during mid to last phase of the game. Hands of Comfort. When opponent take over properties using skill card and it's not my turn, get at take over times 1 by 30%. Almost just as good as the best goods, which is the emergency call. Definitely nice to equip as well, since Game of Dice matches is all about taking over each other properties nowadays to have a higher chance of winning. First Dice License. Get 40% of joy for my bank by 25% chance when dice roll is doubled. There is no bank on myself. Quite nice if you have a lot of money on your bank, since despite having 2 triggering conditions, the condition for activation isn't really that hard, plus it has a continuous activation. Fresh Start Fireworks. Increase loan fee by 90% with a 30% chance when requesting loan. Probably the worst goods in this collection. Let me just remind you that you can only loan once per match. Once. That means this good only have one opportunity to activate. And when it activates, it doesn't really save you much, since 90% increase of loan fee isn't really that big of an increase at all. This may still save you, but in a very rare situation. That is first. The first good to be able to be famous in Game of Dice. Get 40% of start money from my joy for 25% every turn. That every turn word makes this one of the best goods to equip, even though it can only activate twice. This is even more reliable on Grand Slam channel, since the starting money there is higher. Mini Glass Belt. Steal 50% of opponent's wealth by 20% when opponents land on the same block as I. Not really one of the must-have goods. I'm not really a fan of effects that steals others' opponent's wealth. Also, its triggering condition is also too rare for its effect in my opinion. Cheering Doll. Start item, get extra 110% of start money with 40% chance for my joy. Really nice if you manage to activate it at the beginning of the game. The only downside is that it only has one opportunity to activate, since it is considered as a start item. Taxpayers Trophy. When landing on National Tax Service toll fee on my property increases by 70% with 25% chance. One of the must-have goods indeed, because it increases all your property's toll fee, especially at 5-star level. Having this good is like having an extra ox on your side, but if it's only around 2 to 3 star level, chances to activate it is a bit too low. This is actually the best goods for me right now. Voyage Love. Resist tornado effect by 30% when landing on tornado. Effect is nice, but landing on tornado is very rare and does not always happen in every match, so this isn't included in one of the must-have goods. Walking Cane of the Riches. When dice roll is 7 and there is no buff on myself, get 70% of start money by 30% chance for my joy. One of the must-have goods aside from that disperse, this is also one of the goods that activates a few times for me as well in every match. So it's also more efficient in Grand Slam channel. Bomb Necklace. By 20%, drop city level by 1 when landing on opponent's city without any buff. At first, I was hesitant if this was a nice goods, but upon seeing it in action, it is actually quite nice, since it activates immediately before you even start paying the toll fee of the opponent's city. This can activate as well even if the city has a bet on it. The without any buff only signifies skill cards that activates on cities. Okay, last but not the least. Nope, it is last and the least. Worst or only useless goods among all the goods here. The Jail Key. We all know that jailbreak cost fee is so little that we don't really need these goods to be equipped. Conclusion. Must-have goods for me from top to bottom are Taxpayers Trophy, Hands of Comfort, Emergency Call, Peekaboo, and Walking Cane of the Riches. Well, that's it for now for another guide for Game of Dice. Don't forget to subscribe and to tune in for Game of Dice updates, gameplay, strategic, and other guides. Thank you, and I'm out.